It's time for What Drives Reno, presented by the National Automobile Museum in downtown Reno. Here's your host, Phil McDougall.
Welcome, Reno. Wake up, get dressed, and get ready. You're listening to What Drives Reno, presented by the National Automobile Museum. I want to take a minute because I have people asking me, what is What Drives Reno? Well, let me talk to you about that for a second. What we do is we talk about cars, right? We talk about the region. We talk about the communities, and those help make a difference, a positive difference. Sometimes we talk more about cars. Sometimes we talk more about the people who make things happen in our town. We just want to talk about things that make a difference, and it switches all the time. But we want to hear from you. So if you haven't give us your input yet, go to our Facebook page, What Drives Reno, and give us your feedback. Tell us who you want us to talk about. If you want to know something, if you want us to talk about something, if you don't like what I'm talking about, you want me to stay away from it, you want me to bring up somebody that you're familiar with in the community you think's making a big difference, let us know. Go to our Facebook page, and it's What Drives Reno, and we're going to bring that person on. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to try and learn as much and give you as much information as possible. Now it's time for
Word of the day.
And the word is Eagles again. Why is it Eagles again? Because we are fast approaching our tribute concert on September 19th. It is going to be outside. We are almost sold out. Got a few more tickets left. It's going to be the Eagles tribute concert on 14,000 square feet patio located right next to the Truckee River in the National Automobile Museum. And if you put Eagles in your statement here and you type it into Facebook and you say, actually, let's make it more creative. Make an eagle symbol. Pretend you're a bird. Go up there and take a picture of yourself, and you're going to get 4 tickets to the Eagles tribute concert on September 19th. All right. Enough for all that formality. Today, we're going to jump right into our first guest. Our first guest is Ryan Gerchaman. He is with the Concerned Veterans for America Foundation. It's a grassroots engagement, and he's the director. Is that correct?
That is correct. I'm the grassroots engagement director for the Western Zone for Concerned Veterans for America Foundation.
Great. That's a long title. And you also, we're going to get into your other job as well. But Ryan, welcome to the show. We always start off with...
What was your first car?
And... with that, tell me, what is your first car? And is there a famous story behind that you want to share with the group?
So I would say my first car was a full-size Ford Bronco. It was my grandpa's, and my dad bought it for all of us. So 2 of us and then 3 of us had to share this car. And we used to rip around rural Pennsylvania in that thing. There was a spot called Burnout Hill, and we would roll that baby back a little bit, throw her in drive, and just spin those wheels like no tomorrow. That thing was a beast. We loved it. Could fit all our friends in the back. Maybe not seatbelts, but it was another day then.
It was another day, another time, but a lot of great memories in that. But you got to share it.
Yeah, it had to. Absolutely.
A lot of people don't realize that. I know a lot of people, their first car is like a BMW or a Mercedes. I'm going, I had to work. I'm never going to be there. But I always remember my first car because it gave us freedom.
100%.
And I always look back at my first car. I know I'm going to tell by your reaction to this. I look back and some of the things I'm going, oh my Lord, what was I thinking back then?
Oh my goodness.
Very dangerous.
Very,
right?
Absolutely. I don't know how we're still alive.
Some very good memories. So really like, oh my God, what was I doing?
Sir.
All right, Ryan. So let's get to the show here and talk a little bit about what you do. Tell us about Concerned Veterans for America Foundation.
Absolutely. So we're a nationwide nonprofit, a 501c3. And what we do is we educate and we empower veterans and community members to really live their best lives, right? We do that through education of policies that affect all of us. We connect individuals together. For example, on 9/11 for Patriots Day, Concerned Veterans for America, we educate and we connect individuals in the community. For example, on 9/11, we hosted a Heroes Night in partnership with the Reno Aces, and we were able to invite a whole bunch of first responders as well as veterans to the event.
That's great.
And then the best part of it is the ticket proceeds. We were able to get donations that will benefit the student veteran endowment for scholarships through the Alumni Association at UNR.
That's great. That's great. How can people get more involved in that? How can they support you?
Absolutely. So they can go to our website, which is cv4a.org, and on that website is our upcoming events as well as actions that they can take in their local community and nationally to be advocates for themselves and for all Americans.
That's great. So some of the money you raise, can you give us an idea as what is some of that money used for? What does it help promote or enable?
So the monies raised through the Heroes Night specifically was for the student veterans. And we were just a partner able to purchase some tickets to the game, and then they were donated, right, for those student veterans.
Great.
But other things that we do as well is have just events in the community that bring people together. And that can be something as simple as a night at Red Robin, eating some burgers, or doing some axe throwing.
Right.
You know?
So if anyone listening now has a business or some type of organization, or just maybe make a donation so you could use those funds to go support some of those, that's a great thing. So if you're listening, you have a business, you want to go up and be part of this, and it's a great program to support. Tell us a little bit more. What other things do you guys do?
Yeah, so we are like I said, nationwide. So I'm all over the place in Northern Nevada. I went up to Elko last weekend and enjoyed a veteran fundraiser with some Elks members, and there's a band, and all that money that we raised went right back into the veteran community in Elko, as well as in Susanville, right? Because they kind of consider themselves part of Nevada because they're so close, right? And we were up there just this last week and meeting members of the community, connecting them, sharing information about different benefits that they're eligible for, as well as different policies that are affecting all of us today in America.
Great. Right. I want to remind our viewers that our show is presented by the National Automobile Museum located in the heart of Reno. You have another job. Like that doesn't seem like enough, but you got another full-time job. Talk to us about your job as the Washoe County Coordinator for Toys for Tots.
Yeah, so that is when we gear up, that is a full-time gig. We're getting ready to gear up October 1st, and that will run until the night before Christmas, so Christmas Eve. So come October 1st, we will open applications for the drop site boxes. Those are those boxes that you see all over the community in gas stations, in local businesses. Hopefully we can get one here at the radio station, and folks can come and drop their toys off, and then
You're going to bring one to the museum.
And yeah, we're gonna. We'll bring a couple boxes
Good.
to the museum, absolutely. And we are in full bore Christmas mode and getting toys to children in Washoe County that otherwise might not have a Christmas.
You know, it's so sad. There's a lot of holidays out there, but that one is just extremely special to me. I remember, and I'm dating myself, that when the Halloween special from, what do you call it, Charlie Brown.
Charlie
It
Brown.
only came on once a year,
Great,
Great
yeah.
Pumpkin.
Yes,
But
yes.
one of my favorites was the Santa Claus special, Rudolph come on there.
Rudolph.
We'd all wait. Now you can
Absolutely.
just hit a button, it comes on anytime you want 24/7. But, you know, the Misfit Islands and Frosty
Yes.
and all those
of
classics.
that you would wait all year long.
All year long to show.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you know, the sad thing is, especially now, and we see it a lot, you see it everywhere, the ones who it's just so hurtful when you see children that can't experience it.
Absolutely.
A lot of us take for granted what we have, and we
We
worked
do.
hard, but you lose track of those who don't.
Absolutely.
So this is a huge thing. So talk to
Yes.
me a little bit about how people can get involved, what they can do specifically. I know you're
Absolutely.
looking for space, so don't forget about space.
Oh, so first and foremost, right now our current location is not necessarily conducive. It doesn't really work out the best
For storage.
For storage, right, and logistical operations, right. We're on the second floor of a building in an alley. It's free, so that helps. But last year, for example, we hauled up about 30,000 toys up 2 flights of a fire escape stairwell, and then all of those toys went back down those stairs.
Yeah,
and
that's hard.
So
That's
if
hard.
someone has 2,000 square feet that they could loan to us, it's a tax write-off, right, at market value.
501c3?
501c3.
Great.
We are a DOD sanctioned, actually the only Department of Defense, sanctioned
Great.
nonprofit in the United States. And
Wow.
it is an official Marine Corps function that is nationwide. And
That's great.
The impact that it has is tremendous. But we can't do it by ourselves.
So you're looking for two things.
Yes.
Two things. One is you're looking for space.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're looking for volunteers. You're looking to lose weight and get in shape and go up there. If you're in a current location, you go up 30,000 pieces up down stairs. That's
If
a
you're
whole
worried-
workout program by itself.
If you're worried about that Thanksgiving meal, then come on out. We'll work that off
So
for
you're about
you.
2,000. Was it
About
2,000
2,000
square feet. People are out there in the community. You want to do something really good, really, really special. Help them find a place for them that they can bring all these presents they're having in for children of all ages and family that just need a little help. Now, when people want to make donations, tell us a little bit about how they make them and what the criteria is.
Absolutely. So you can go to our website, which is online, and that is reno-nv-toysfortots.org. So that once more, that's Reno. Oh, that's the email address. Apologies.
Okay.
So our email address to find out more information about us is reno.nv@toysfortots.org. And our website is essentially reno-nv.toysfortots.org.
Okay, good. So what we're going to do is, what is the most important thing? You want to start collecting presents as soon as possible. You want to make sure that we have a place to store them.
Yes, sir.
Is there people who maybe there's people that want to be on your list to I don't know, to have, what do you call them? The boxes to put things in?
Yeah.
You're taking applications for that?
Yes.
For those people who are listening, what is the top thing you want to convey to them right now?
We need help from the community. Everyone donates toys each year, but we need a few solid individuals to help us and be core members of the team. We're talking someone that can answer phones and field emails and answer simple questions. We're talking about someone that can possibly come in and help us manage all the toys that are coming in and out. So if you have logistics or warehouse experience and have a couple hours a week to come in and help us out with that, that would be huge.
I know our museum, we have about 75 volunteers and all the 13 full-time, part-time staff. We're open 7 days a week, but we could not do it without volunteers.
Exactly.
One of the things we get, I want to convey this as well, is a lot of times volunteers go, I can't make the commitment. That's a lot of work. I don't want to, I want to have my freedom. Yes. I can't say I'm going to be there all day. We said to them, no, if you want to come for a couple hours and work at admissions or the store or a greeter once a month, once every other Thursday, you have to leave a little early. We understand. I'm imagining you're looking for people who could just help in any capacity. Is that right?
Absolutely. So we have a couple of core functions that would require a little bit more of individuals. However, if it is just for a couple of hours, right? I mean, you can come in and do something as simple as restock the fridges, right? Well, sometimes we just get busy, right? We have one little fridge. If you have a few minutes to restock that fridge with the sodas that we just brought in from a donor, that'd be huge, right? Simple things like that. If you want to unload a box of toys and take inventory of that, mark it down, that only takes a couple of minutes. Come on in. Do that. If you want to help and drive around and pick up a couple of donation boxes, then that is tremendous as well.
All things that people can do that aren't really that time consuming. You're not committing your next 60 days or your next 6 years of your life. You're talking about making a big difference for children and families that are really in need. Because I can tell you can have 30,000 gifts or packages, but if you have no way to distribute them and no way to inventory them, then it just can't happen. It's typical that great organizations are really founded on volunteers, I think.
It is. They are.
And I'm not sure how to convey this any more than just saying it. Get out and make a difference. If you got a couple hours, turn the computer off, turn the TV off, DVD it or whatever, not DVD it. What am I dating myself? DVRing it, yes. Yeah, I was going to date myself. I was going to say, don't pull out the floppy disk or any of the VHS stuff. Put it on hold and just come out there and make a difference because the children in this community, they need it.
They do.
It makes a really big difference.
And there will be more this year.
More, and we need more. So let's go to the businesses right now. If there's a particular message you want to convey to them or help us in some way, donations, financial donations, more gifts, more money, anything you want to share with them before we wrap up?
Yeah, if you're a business that wants to have a box at your location or wants to host some kind of event for a toy drive or wants to donate, if you have a good evening and you can do a give back or whatever, right, of 10% of proceeds, however you want to work it, then we are open to partnering with you as a business owner and a good community member because like you're saying, it takes a village, it takes a community. And at the end of the year, at the end of the day, it's about the smiles on those children's faces when they get that gift when otherwise they may not have gotten it.
Great. Ryan, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for everything you do. We're very, very grateful.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
We'll be back with more What Drives Reno on 1060 AM KFOY, Radio for America.
Get ready, Reno. The National Automobile Museum presents an unforgettable Eagles tribute concert. Friday, September 19th. Sing along to the timeless hits you love under the stars, rain or shine. Tickets are just $20 or $15 for museum members. Call 775-333-9300 for your discount code. Don't miss this incredible night of music, memories, and classic vibes at the National Automobile Museum in downtown Reno. Get tickets at automuseum.org/events.
I'm having my birthday at the National Automobile Museum. They have this cool birthday zone with Tow Mater and Lightning McQueen. And their brand new Children's Activity Center has fun games like a junior engineering studio, Lego building, an interactive car wash, and more. They even have a theater where we can watch a movie or play Mario Kart. And I even get my own birthday t-shirt.
Book your child's ultimate birthday party today at the National Automobile Museum. Visit automuseum.org/events.
We're back with more What Drives Reno, presented by the National Automobile Museum in downtown Reno. And now here's your host, Phil McDougall.
Okay, we are back. Thank you very much to our first guest, Ryan. Love that story. Love what he's done. But I've been excited about this interview for a long time. This is one of my favorite people in town. And her wait list to get on, because she's in high demand now. Her wait list is 6 years. So she cut me in under the 3-year mark, and I got her on the show today. Jessica Schneider, thank you very much for coming on board.
Thanks for having me, Phil. I'm here because I'm a big fan of you as well.
I love you, and I'm so grateful for our friendship, and you've done so much. Every time I talk to you, I learn something new. I'm going to start off, though, with...
Your first car.
Okay, what is your first car, Jessica?
My first car...
And it's a story that she rated.
1971 Volkswagen van.
I knew it was going to be a Volkswagen.
You
van.
did?
I just had a feeling.
Oh, that's.
I can't see.
Mr. Bell in Gardnerville bought it from him for $800.
And
I worked at Sharky's doing dishes.
And you paid it off.
Paid it off, of course.
How long
$800.
did you have it for?
I had it for probably till I was about 21.
And any good stories?
It doesn't go up Tahoe Kingsbury grade. Very good with the engine in the back.
Okay. All right.
Or San Francisco. Don't take a Volkswagen van to San Francisco.
I bet there's a lot of stories you're just not going to share, but I want to hear them offline. Jesse, you've done so much in this community. Every time I hear something, your name is tied to this thing being created, this campaign being started, just the excitement to go down to your location. So you're the owner of the Junkie Clothing Exchange. Yep. Very, very famous worldwide.
Global.
It's global. A stock exchange?
Oh, maybe.
Yes.
I'm going to come up with Junkie Bitcoin.
It would be you.
It would be
you. But just as a matter of fact, just the other day, I text you. I said, I haven't seen you. What are you doing? And you're saying, I'm in Vegas. I'm going on a show. Wish me luck. You got to just jump into that, because that was so cool.
You know, I get Entrepreneur Magazine every month, and I went to see Marcus Leonomus. If you've seen the show The Prophet, I thought I was there for him. God showed me another way. I listened to a speaker, Cody Sanchez, get her book, Main Street Millionaire, and how to take this country back and buy small businesses that baby boomers are retiring, like roofing companies or like a laundromat or a lock and key place. She opened up my mind, so I went there for Marcus Leonomus. So I did this little thing about Entrepreneur Elevator. It's a show. I've never seen it, so I want it. I'm going to be on season 14, flying to Florida. I was on stage a bunch of times. Kim Perrell, all these entrepreneurs, the Shark Tanks. I thought I was there for one person, but I was blown away by Cody Sanchez. Get her book. I'm so impressed by this girl. So when you called me, I was like on a high. I love business conferences. I love to learn from other entrepreneurs' mistakes.
Yeah,
then you have to
learn
pay.
From things. Yeah.
Always. And I've made so many mistakes, and I've failed. And to listen to other entrepreneurs, really what the key is get up and do it. And right now, I want to tell the world, and do it and quit whining.
Yeah, that's the other part. That's what I love about you, too. Just get her done.
Get her done.
Stop complaining. Stop saying that, the world's against you. There's ways to get things done.
There's no such thing as a successful victim. There's no such thing.
So tell me just a little formalities about your business for those who don't know, because it is amazing when you walk in the door. Tell me what you do, and then how did you get to where you are right now, especially in that business?
2008, I was kicking butt doing interior design, and I was on the show House Detective. Dave Newman blessed me with that little segment. I did decorating tips, and that was during the HGTV movement. No one had white walls, and I was picking paint colors left and right. I was doing well, and the economy crashed, and I heard a couple people went out of business. I opened Junkie May 1st, 2008 in the recession, because the home improvement was crashing, and I needed to come up with a recession recession-proof business.
Was that always something that you thought you would do? Is it always something you were penciling on napkins? Or how do you make...
My grandma was in the junk business, so I kind of knew the Sanford and Son little tale there. And then she was moving out of the old JCPenney building, was now the old Liberty, or is now Liberty downtown. She was moving out. She had an antique mall, so then I moved her, and it just kind of turned into this thing. But that building sat vacant for 10 years. There was no Midtown, and it was in a bad part of town. Junkees going to be 18 years old.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts? So now there's going to be you came in as a baby. Now you could buy. What can you can vote.
Yeah, a whole nother generation.
Yeah,
but
it's crazy.
People who haven't seen it, it's hard to explain.
It really is.
Because I look at it, we're just talking about Disneyland, and you just got back. Every part of Disneyland, you look and you say, oh, so much detail went into that. That was so creative. What they did with those tires, what they did with that piece of rope. Your location is just like that. So you come in and you want to get something cool, you could spend just the afternoon looking at all the cool things you built.
It's definitely an experience. And I could say I give that to Disneyland too. And doing interior design. I took it to the next level when I moved to Reno Public Market because I did see COVID taught everyone to shop online. So I knew at that my gut instinct when my 90-year-old grandma was shopping online, I knew that retail is in trouble.
Yeah.
So when we opened, it'll be 2 years, October 1st at that new location.
2 years already.
2 years already. I knew. So Wyatt Perkins and I built that store out, oversized 25-foot furry dice. It's an experience, and it's for all ages. So it's even down to like copy Disneyland. It smells good. It's clean. Even if you're in there, if you're 5 years old or 85 years old, you're going to hear a song you like, even to the playlist.
That's important, too.
It's important.
'Cause it takes you back in time.
Absolutely.
Every song you hear brings you back most of the time. Like, oh, that was the 80s, 70s, 60s. You can all
Patsy
relate
Cline
to it.
will come on. The next song will be Stevie Wonder. Then it'll be a next hip song that the kids picked out. But it is that curated.
And you're always changing things.
Always.
I learned, I asked you, if you ever need to know, get some advice. You're like my, what's that show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You're my lifelines. You're all my lifelines.
I feel the same about you.
I go, where do I get some stuff for our store? Well, Phil, you got to go to this show in Vegas, and this is what you got to do, and this is how you got to negotiate. Where do you get this? Well, you got to call Wyatt. He does this. You know all this stuff. You've learned it. So
because I've failed.
Yeah.
I have been a business.
But you got to take a chance.
You got to take a chance. Since 1999, I had a store in Gardnerville called the Jitterbug, and I don't know what I was doing. That was my college degree. I learned so much, and then I sold blow pops on the school bus. From Topaz.
So you've always been doing this.
It taught me, yes, always. And I really haven't really worked for somebody. I don't have rich parents. I haven't been married in 16 years. I don't know. I just get up and do it. And especially now, I feel like we're so divided and everyone's just so whining. I feel like there's opportunity for people like you and I that the world is our oyster. Everyone's so defeated that I'm looking at opportunities everywhere, Phil.
I always said this to people when they come in. I say, if they have a concern, I say, you can come in as much as you want and tell me about your concern, but you need to tell me what your solution is.
Absolutely.
I don't care if it's the silliest thing you've ever had. And I said, don't tell me this is the way we've always done it. That's like my pet peeve. I don't care if for the National Automobile Museum or we're selling Pop-Tarts in the corner. Get creative and be flexible. If you can't pivot.
And pivot. That's
if you
a key
can't
word.
do that. I have some people I work with in my career. They go, I had someone on the other day and they're complaining they don't take advantage of some of these assets that people give to them. And I said, okay, well, when's the last time you went to a networking meeting? When's the last time you called? Oh, no, email doesn't count. Texting doesn't count. When's the last time you did a face-to-face or you
Pick
showed
up
an
the
issue?
phone.
Oh, well, I'm waiting for them to call me back or I
waiting
text
for
them.
an email.
Well, I mean, how is that going to work?
It's not.
What are the percentage? What's the chance that they even got your email? It's not in spam and you're waiting for another week for that? Jump on it. Make a phone call.
Make a phone call.
When I need a little pep me up pill, I call you because everyone gets like a little, self-pity.
I agree. That's a really key thing. And listening to all those speakers at that business conference for 3 days in Vegas, and it's brutal. I mean, I did Tony Robbins' Business Mastery back in the day, and it did level me up. But he kept the room at 32 degrees. You got up at 7 o'clock, get home at 7 at night. You one speaker. The common denominator with the Sharks Tanks, all the entrepreneurs in that room, they all said level up. Who you hang out with is who you become. Get the losers out of your life and get up and do it. There's no one else to blame. And complaining, all of them had that with all of their businesses that they had. The person that comes in and complains is not winning.
So I have a question for you. You've done so much. What would you, if you could fly back? I always love those movies. If you could fly back and tell yourself something, Back to the Future, and give yourself some advice, what advice would you give yourself? It's business advice.
Ooh, that's such a good question because, I know the answer. If I could tell my younger self, I would establish Junkie at Plum in Virginia even at the very beginning. Even though I love Midtown, that was supposed to happen. That created something. It created a organic local culture. But everyone, Phil, knows Plum in Virginia. I don't even say Reno Public Market because that has taken a while to get established. It's Old Shopper Square.
You're making a big difference on it, though.
Absolutely.
You guys are making a huge difference.
I don't care if you're from Dayton, Gardnerville, Urington. If you everyone's gone to the airport. So when I say Plum in Virginia, everyone knows where I'm talking about. Yeah. And I have done record-breaking numbers. It's the best location. My numbers are through way better than my old location because I would still have to explain where I was. The old Resco building. Oh, the red brick building in the middle, right by the roundabout. I had to explain it for years. Yep. Now I say Plum in Virginia, and everyone gets it. Not one person's all, where's Plum in Virginia? Not one person.
And I love that you're on social media. You're always out there pushing. And thank you very much for supporting us. And don't
always
forget that this show is made possible from the National Automobile Museum. Presented by, I got to throw that in every once in a while. But what type of things do you suggest people do and take advantage of? Social media, is there anything that you believe, whether social media or just grassroots campaigns, any tidbits you want to share with people?
It's kind of the same thing, Phil, is what you're doing. You're getting up in here, you're getting in this studio and you're doing it. During Burning Man, I drove around to Trader Joe's parking lot and Costco and put a Junkie bag on every burner car in Costco parking lot. Guerrilla routes and get up and doing things. People don't think that. And I really believe in tourism. I'm scared of Reno's tourism because we really do need to clean up downtown. The landlords do need to rent out those buildings because if I got a free room and I came downtown, would I come back? Those are things we got to think about. We're a destination spot, and we have to get those people back over the hill.
Well, we're right in the middle of it. One of the biggest hits we used to get was, is it a safe area? The last year or so, Downtown Partnership has made a big difference with their ambassadors. They're looping us. They're looping us. They're
I
other
agree.
security.
Don't be scared of downtown.
No, don't be scared of it. It's changing. Come down there. You have no idea what you're missing. Make a difference. It's only going to get better the more time you put in it. And people say, oh, it's 20 minutes away. No, if you haven't been there, this is what I get all the time. When's the last time you've been to the museum? They joke. Terry hears me say this all the time. Oh, when I was at my prom. Well, no offense. You're not like 30 years old. You're like 70 years old. That's a long time. When's the last time, or my field trip, no, boy, we have a new exhibit that changes every 60 to 90 days. So what was there 90 days ago could be gone. NASCAR, Formula One cars, Fast and Furious cars, Hollywood cars, movie cars.
I've always said you've taken it to the next level, Phil.
But we have to do it and reinvent ourselves. Yes, we're founded on the car collection. We're founded on honoring automotive history and how it affected and Bill Hara. But we're also an event center. We're an outdoor venue. We have summer concerts. We need to keep reinventing ourselves for all those new people that are moving in. To me, you're always reinventing things, getting creative. What other advice do you want to share either about your business, about your philosophy? We won't get into politics, you and I. I think we're very, we'll talk about everything else.
I'm not scared to say I have so many conservative views, but I'm almost like an anarchist now. I'm like complete no government at all. Don't tell me what to do. But anyways, yes, not politics. You know what color I am? I'm green. I don't care who you vote for. I'll take your money. I'm just selling junk. I am selling junk. But no, I think the advice is just the same. Just get up and do it. It's hard to be in front. We're saturated when it comes to advertising. We're streaming. It's very hard to get it, but I believe in tourism. I really, really, that's why you'll see my ad in the airport. You'll see my ad in the convention center. Volleyball weekend, I do very well. I tell my small business owner friends that I believe in tourism. They have a different state of mind. I will buy junk I do not need in, I don't know, San Francisco, whatever city I'm in. And I won't do that here because you have a different mindset when you're on vacation. You buy crap you don't need. And no, I'm an all want situation, Phil. I'm not formula diapers. I am junk, eyelashes, costumes. You don't need anything in my store. So I always think that way. I love people that are vacationing.
And we've done, I mean, I followed you. I'm like a little puppy. I'm following you around. We followed you to the airport. I don't know if you saw, we have our car in the airport now, right next to your sign by baggage. It's a photo car there. We put our advertising in the convention center. The RSCVA has been a big supporter for us. When they bring people into town, they are coming to our museum. We weren't even on their radar until Mike and his team brought him in, and Christine and them really supported us. And it's a whole nother world. But you have these tournaments that are coming in. I want Reno to shine bright. I want people to come in and go, this is the coolest thing ever. You're 20 minutes away from the mountains. You can ski. You could go in the rivers. You can go camping. You got everything here. It's
really
perfect.
Do. And our weather is mild. I love when people say, well, how do you deal with all the snow in Reno? I'm like, what are you talking about? That melts the next day. Really, we have wind. People don't know that. We're really windy. But I love fall in the Reno. We have 4 seasons. Yeah. You ever go to Louisiana or something? That is torture right now.
Well, I'm from back east originally, from Boston. I've been out here longer than I've been there. And I lost the accent. Unless I have a beer, the accent comes right back in here again. But to me, it's just a very different world. I wish I got here 40 years ago. I just think everything is amazing. The people are great. The culture is great. Before we take a break, Jessica, is there anything else you want to share with us about your business? Something is coming up soon. Maybe you're kind of excited about down there?
Well, Halloween's coming. And I really, if I can say anything to close this, Amazon and Temu, that stuff is really honestly destroying us. When you buy from a store like mine or eat locally, your sales tax dollar stays in your community. People forget that. We've gotten to convenience. We really got to support me and restaurateurs and people locally, or we will go away. There will be no malls or be no retail. That is all going to go away. But stores like mine, they're only going to stay if you just don't let Amazon win. Don't let Temu win.
Got to keep the businesses going. Got to keep the business going. Before we wrap up, I got a quick question for you. We're giving away tickets to our Eagles Tribute Concert, and I have a little trivia question. We're going to give away some tickets, but if you can answer this question, Jessica,
what am I going to win?
You're going to win a trip around the world. Now, yeah, on the payment plan, maybe 50 years from today. No, what I got is I'm going to ask you, it's a famous song. Tell me, here it is. What is the famous opening line of the Eagles song, Hotel California? If you could tell me what the first words are of that, Hotel California, then I'm going to add another pair of tickets to our Facebook page.
Ooh, I'm going to lose on this.
My second question, we will skip to it, but the answer was On the Dark Side of a Desert Highway.
Oh.
All right, but I'm going to throw something else in here. Okay, so before we wrap up, Jessica is amazing, but here's something that I thought was pretty cool. In Reno's heart, where bright lights gleam, Jessica lives chasing a vintage dream. At Junkees shop, both wild and strange, she built the clothing exchange. Sequins sparkling, cowboy boots shine. Every rack tells a story. Every piece has a line. From retro jackets to gowns with flair, treasures are waiting for those who dare. She welcomes all with laughter and cheer. Local and travelers find magic here. A hub of color, of style untamed, where creativity always gets reclaimed. So here's to Jessica, bold and free, a Reno legend, as bright as she can be. Her junkie kingdom, eclectic and grand, is woven with love by her own 2 hands. We love you. Thank you very much for coming on the show with us. We're going to be back in a couple of minutes.
We'll be back with more What Drives Reno on 1060 AM KFOY, Radio for America.
Looking for a venue for your next event? The National Automobile Museum can host any event in a variety of venues to choose from. Have an awards ceremony in the 157-seat theater, or select one of several themed galleries for a business luncheon or banquet. Guests will love the 16,000-square-foot Riverside Pavilion, complete with outdoor bar, heaters, and fire pits. Everything you need, including chairs, linens, staging, and AV equipment, are also available. Go to automuseum.org for details.
Get ready, Reno. The National Automobile Museum presents an unforgettable Eagles tribute concert. Friday, September 19th. Sing along to the timeless hits you love under the stars, rain or shine. Tickets are just $20 or $15 for museum members. Call 775-333-9300 for your discount code. Don't miss this incredible night of music, memories, and classic vibes at the National Automobile Museum in downtown Reno. Get tickets at automuseum.org/events.
We're back with more What Drives Reno, presented by the National Automobile Museum in downtown Reno. And now here's your host, Phil McDougall.
All right, welcome back. We're going to wrap up here with amazing guest, Sandeep Randhawa. Did I pronounce that correctly?
That is correct, Phil.
And you are, I love this title. I love it. You're Chief People Officer at Renown.
Absolutely, yep.
What a great title. That just seems like all-encompassing.
It can be. It can be.
It probably feels like that a lot.
It absolutely can be. You know, when we talk about being the first Chief People Officer at Renown Health, it is all-encompassing where, you know, I'm responsible for, as part of the executive leadership at Renown Health, to really help people perform at their best, right? And making sure people have the tools and resources and that our care facilities have the right number of people to care for our community. So there's a lot that's encompassed in there. But, yeah, happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming. The first thing we do, though, is we have a question.
What was your first car?
And the question is, what was your first car? And if there's a story you like to share. I understand you like cars.
I do. I'm a big car buff guy, like probably many folks. But as with many people, my first car was in college. And, of course, all I could afford was that, you know, that typical Econo box, right?
Yeah.
So my first car was a Toyota Tercel. What was interesting about that car was my father only had a few days to kind of come into town to help me purchase that. And you know, I told my parents, I'm like, I would really prefer a used car. And they're like, nope, got to have a new car because we don't want any maintenance issues.
Well, now I can say, sorry to interrupt, but that is the exception. Almost everyone so far starts off with a used one. So I wish my parents said that.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
So they made me get a new car. So the deal was I was fine getting a new car because I knew I had to pay for it through college. But I was like, can I get a car with the least amount of options possible? Right. So my first car was no air conditioning, no power steering, crank me down windows, and a manual transmission. And the beauty of that story is that I didn't actually know how to drive a manual transmission. So I learned as I drove off the lot with the car.
That was the first time.
That was the first time.
I didn't catch that. When you first said they wanted you to get a new car, I didn't catch the part where they wanted you're going to be pay for it yourself at a car.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I said, well, okay, if they're going to buy you a new car, that's great. But no, the fine print is you're going to be paid for it.
Yeah, yeah. They help with the down payment, but it was my responsibility to kind of learn
and that must have been fun for the guy who sold it to you, or the insurance carrier, as you're driving out with the first time experience.
It was really funny because I kept it under wraps until it was time to take delivery of the vehicle. So the salesman comes out and said, "Hey, we're all ready to go. You and your parents, we filled out the paperwork. Here are the keys, and enjoy your new car." And I kind of sat in the car for about 15 minutes, trying to figure out how to start the car and how to get it rolling. Then he kind of noticed, and he kind of walked over as my parents, kind of drove home already. And he walked over. He goes, "You don't know how to drive a manual, do you?" And I said, "Yeah, I don't know how to drive a manual." So he basically taught me how to drive one in 15 minutes on the dealership lot. So I was able to make it home at least.
That's a first, Terry. That's a first. Never heard that before. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show with us today. I want to learn as much about what you do, your background, and all the exciting things that are taking place down there at Renown.
Yeah, absolutely. And first of all, thank you for the invite, and I'm super excited to be here. And my background is that I've been in healthcare and mostly in leadership roles for the last 30 years. I started off, like many people, just working at a care facility. Actually, my background is I started off in nursing homes and rehab hospitals, just really working with our patients and our communities and just helping people recruit the right kind of people. And that's kind of what spun me into a leadership career in human resources from there. And then along the way, just moved across some different organizations to learn, quite honestly, a little bit about healthcare. What does it mean when patients get care at a hospital, and where do they go if they don't go home? What are the options for patients? Right. And so I took the opportunity to, over the last 3 decades, to really work in some different environments in healthcare, post-acute care, nursing homes, long-term acute care hospitals, rehab facilities, even retirement, assisted living and independent living, and then eventually returning back to acute care. And then recently I just moved to Reno about 2 years ago and joined Renown as their first Chief People Officer. So super proud to be working for Renown and to serve our community.
It's an amazing team, amazing organization.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you saying that.
They've been great partners in the museum, and actually all the McDougall clan. We probably keep you busy because there's a lot of us here in town.
Well,
we're there all the time.
We just had Burning Man, so it was busy.
It's true. Yeah, it spiked up a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I came here with one grandchild, and I have 8 now. So they've all been, a product of your facilities.
Well, that's awesome. It's funny you say that because we've met so many people. We just had our Celebrate Amazing event where we recognize some of our top talent, and we recognize people with long histories within Renown in serving the community. And we hire a DJ so people can have fun that night. And ironically, the DJ that we have the last 2 years, he was actually born at Renown Regional.
Wow.
So he helps us have fun, but he recognizes how important Renown is. Exactly.
So what are the number of things that you want to share with us? People either maybe are surprised to hear, or some of the exciting things you guys have that you've been working on? Because I'm a big believer, unless you remind people, they forget. Unless you remind people, they get different information bits that just keep popping up all the time. So what do you want to reinforce or communicate? Or is there anything specific that jumps out at you, or just an overall understanding of the culture there?
Yeah, that's a great question. And actually, this is fortuitous because this is a big week for us at Renown Health. We just yesterday announced a joint venture partnership, which is going to really expand healthcare in Northern Nevada. We are going to be partnering as part of our health plan, which is a component of our Renown Health system. We have a health plan that we also provide healthcare services to our health plan through lots of members through Northern Nevada, about 74,000 lives that are covered by our health plan. But we are super fortunate that we were able to partner with Kaiser Permanente. Great. And so Kaiser Permanente and Renown, through the Hometown Health insurance plan, we will be combining forces and having a joint venture and a partnership. We are just in the phase of getting regulatory approval now from state government officials, et cetera, and our Department of Insurance. That's a big news. It's really going to bring in what we call value-based care modeling, which Kaiser, tried and tested. It's really a model where, in essence, providers are paid to provide not only just care to patients, but they're reimbursed through how the outcomes of that care occur with patients. So they're going to be reimbursed through quality outcomes. And it's also while just really integrating, coordinating care across the continuum, making sure that people are getting the best care possible while improving access for people to health care, and then ultimately making sure that the care is well coordinated. And we have, through the value-based care model, through this joint venture, we'll be able to focus on things like preventative health care, as one of the mainstays. So very exciting news. It's really going to reshape the way that we deliver care in Northern Nevada, and it's a very integral part of our strategy at Renown Health that Dr. Erling, who came here about 3 years ago, has really been working on to expand our strategic direction for the next 10 years. And this really falls nicely into one of our imperatives where we want to grow access and make healthcare more affordable for Northern Nevadans. So very excited. I think this was just fortuitous for me to be here today.
Well, perfect. I always like to ask a question this, but it sounds like you've been in this field for, what'd you say, 30-some years?
Yeah.
I always love to see what people say when I say this. So if you didn't get into this field, was there anything else you think would have been a close second?
Well, it's interesting. This is actually my
race car driver, Formula One driver.
Well, of course, there's guys that want to play baseball and football. Yeah, Formula One would be, my dream gig. But again, I'm not sure if I can handle those kind of speeds and G-forces. But this is actually my second career. My first career was I was a coach at a college back east, and I coached high school, and my sport was track and field and cross country, and so I coached in the NCAA. Wow! And sort of wound myself into this career.
You always learn something new. I love when I ask that because you're just surprised to hear that.
Yeah, I worked for for a short period as I wanted to coach more on a professional level, and in college was really a great entry point. And did that for a number of short years, and then from there, as I made the transition to want to be able to, coaching's a lifestyle. It's you don't get paid unless you're a Division I NCAA football coach or you're an NFL coach or something like that. You can make the big bucks, but honestly, at the point that I wanted to start a family and decided, I got to kind of move away from the coaching profession and get into something that's more private sector. And the transferable skill for me was recruitment. Recruiting students and athletes to come to college to compete. Very well translated into those skills into recruiting healthcare workers. And that's how I got into healthcare.
Yeah, no, that's great. And you just mentioned some of your previous history. My dad passed away a year ago this month, and he was 101. So I learned, and we're all going to be there someday, I learned the importance of the care that is required as they get older and how important it is for those services, and to have someone that you can count on to get an answer. You're not going into this endless hold of questions. So I just know from my experience here in town that Renown is all about service, all about quality, all about all those things. You're making sure. To me, it still has that small town feel.
Yeah.
Because and a lot of times you just don't get that in a big institution.
You know,
like
it's I appreciate the kind words, and I think that's part of how we operate. We're a locally owned, governed health system. We're the only not-for-profit health system and academic partnership with UNR. And we're affiliated with them. And so this new relationship, a joint venture with Kaiser, as far as our health plan goes, we're able to now really expand care to thousands of more people in northern Nevada. And it's a great opportunity to also forge our not-for-profit mission forward. And Kaiser's a not-for-profit organization, so are we. And, we just have great cultural alignment there. And so this is going to be an exciting way for people to be able to have some choice, right, and access in northern Nevada. Now, Renown is not being bought out by Kaiser. We still are Renown, and we will remain Renown.
I just said that because if you didn't say it, I want to say, okay, now everyone is listening now. Oh, they're to the side. Well, that must mean this. That must mean that. No, let's clarify any of the questions that might come up. Thank you for saying that. It is not being bought out.
Yeah.
Here,
absolutely. Renown Health remains Renown Health. We will remain an independent health system here in northern Nevada. Where we have this partnership is really relegated to our health plan, which is Hometown Health. And so, in essence, we have a 50-50 partnership with Kaiser Permanente as far as expanding our membership across northern Nevada and, quite honestly, the state of Nevada. And that will provide greater opportunities for many more of our community members to get access to health care, but in a very well-coordinated, integrated way where, there's lower costs for their health care, better coordination of care across all of the providers that they go and see, and then ultimately also very much better outcomes of the care as well. And that's what Kaiser Permanente is really known for as well across the country.
Great. So in the time we have left, is there anything specific that you want to make sure that we communicate? Just any topic at all. You could say it's you want to talk about your dream of being an F1 racer, or you want to talk about what else is exciting down there at Renown, or information that you feel that just needs to be emphasized. It's been out there, no major significant change, but it's just something you want to reinforce. So the microphone is yours just to kind of tell us anything you feel is important that you want to reinforce.
Well, I think one of the exciting things is that we're really seeing our strategic plan really come to fruition this year in 2026. I just talked about the health plan partnership, which really progresses our access and affordability imperative of our strategic plan. But we, most recently opened up a specialty care center this year at the South Meadows, South Reno campus.
Right.
For Renown, and our Conrad Breast Center, which is one of its kind, where you can get a multitude of services, including women's breast health and infusion, and even support survivorship, education, and support. We just had our first kidney transplant in northern Nevada. That was a program that we've been working on. We were able to, under the leadership of Dr. Momenti and Dr. Erling, were able to have that first transplant, mother-daughter transplant, and just celebrated that, and we're monitoring their progress as we plan for more transplants in the area. And prior to that, as an example, we had to send those types of things over the hill to other medical systems because we just didn't have those capabilities. A couple of the other imperatives that's really important for us is to be able to always deliver on the essential and advanced clinical options that our communities really, really deserve and they expect. But I think the thing that makes me the most proud is really our commitment to a people-first culture and mindset. We're really able to, put people first in our organization, and that's what gets me excited every day. And then lastly, we do have our affiliation, and really with UNR, and we're trying to progress that affiliation, that partnership in many ways. We already have some residency programs here where we train physicians at our facility. So Renown remains vibrant. I think we're excited about the future. I'm excited to be a part of that, and I hope the community is as well.
That's great. Sandeep, thank you very much for being on the show with us today. We appreciate it. If people have any questions, is there a particular website, or we'll have some information on our Facebook page for you?
Yeah, our marketing communications department does a wonderful job in keeping the community educated. Actually, if you go to renown.org, you can get tons of information, the latest and greatest, and all the news and developments of all the different clinical programs we're offering, the relationship that I just mentioned, a lot of the different things that are going on at Renown will be on that website.
That's great. So thank you very much. Thank you for taking the time to come on the show. Amazing things, great news, such fresh news right out there. And for those you want to know more, he just referenced the website. Thank you for everything you do, and welcome.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you having me here.
We'll be back with more What Drives Reno on 1060 AM KFOY, Radio for America. From engines to innovators, What Drives Reno is your front row seat to the stories fueling our city. Join Phil McDougall of the National Automobile Museum as he explores the cars, culture, and community that make Reno roar. It's more than horsepower, it's people power. What Drives Reno? Catch the drive, catch the vibe. Don't miss it. Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on 1060 a.m. KFOY, Radio for America.
Get ready, Reno. The National Automobile Museum presents an unforgettable Eagles tribute concert. Friday, September 19th. Sing along to the timeless hits you love under the stars, rain or shine. Tickets are just $20 or $15 for museum members. Call 775-333-9300 for your discount code. Don't miss this incredible night of music, memories, and classic vibes at the National Automobile Museum in downtown Reno. Get tickets at automuseum.org/events.
We're back with more What Drives Reno, presented by the National Automobile Museum in downtown Reno. And now here's your host, Phil McDougall.
Welcome back. Don't forget the show is made possible by the National Automobile Museum. And if you have not been to the National Automobile Museum, Terry, is that possible? Can people say they haven't been there recently?
Yeah, because that's how I moved here in 2008, went there once, and I was like, okay, I've seen the museum.
No,
and guess what?
And what that's wrong because
I was very wrong.
It has changed probably 50 more than that now. I just want to remind people, the thing I get all the time is that I haven't been to the museum in a while, probably hasn't changed now. It changes every 60 to 90 days. We have a beautiful theater there for you and your closest 150 friends to go get a bottle of wine, put on a private movie, or maybe you want to have an award ceremony there. We have a 16,000 square foot patio located on the river. It's the largest outdoor venue on the Truckee River in the area. It's got a 40-foot bar, gas fire pits, perfect for outdoor. We still got months of great weather. We have a huge area. We've just built 3,000 square feet. So for people who are looking for a place to bring their children, 3,000 square feet of fully interactive car items and elements. You can build a car, you can design a car, you could race a car, you could do anything you want in there. It's just got so much outlets for children of all ages to enjoy. Don't forget about the 240 automobiles that are in there, and it goes from the very first cars up to we got Formula Ones there now, NASCARs. Right now we have a Harley exhibit. It's showcasing the last 110 years of the Harley.
Wow.
That's an amazing collection. So if you like motorcycles, you love Harleys or just automobiles, maybe you just love history, we have something for everybody there. We have not only 105,000 square feet, we have no stairs, no escalators, and you got easy access. So I want to remind people, if you're looking for a new venue, we have a 16,000 square foot event center there as well. Birthday parties, events, celebrations, weddings, we do it all. And it's not what people think, it doesn't come top of mind. And I'm going, no, we put $4 million into the museum in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
That's a big upgrade.
That's a big chunk, yeah.
And we did it to be good community partners and to keep things fresh. So I want to remind people, if you haven't been to the museum, come on down. If you have any questions at all, go to our website, which is www.automuseum.org. Not .com, automuseum.org, or just call us up at 775-333-9300. And until next week, I'll see you again at What Drives Reno.
You've been listening to What Drives Reno, presented by the National Automobile Museum in downtown Reno. For more information about the museum, head on over to our website, automuseum.org. We'll be back next Saturday at 11 a.m. with What Drives Reno on 1060 a.m. KFOY, Radio for America.